Ever found yourself staring blankly at a form, a little box stubbornly demanding a seemingly random string of letters and numbers, your bank's SWIFT code? Maybe you're expecting an international payment, sending money abroad to a friend or family member, or perhaps you're just trying to set up a new online service that requires this mysterious identifier. If you're a Monzo user, you've likely encountered this very question: what is my Monzo SWIFT code? It sounds simple enough, right? Like something you should just know. But let's be honest, SWIFT codes aren't exactly everyday conversation starters. They live in the background of international finance, quietly ensuring your money finds its way across borders. And when you suddenly need it, the hunt can feel a little like searching for a specific grain of sand on a very large beach. So, if you've typed Monzo SWIFT code into Google more times than you'd care to admit, or if you're preemptively arming yourself with this crucial piece of information, you've landed in the right place. Because in this video, we're going to demystify the Monzo SWIFT code, explain exactly what it is, why you need it, and most importantly, how to find it. Before we dive into the specifics of Monzo, let's take a step back and understand the bigger picture. What exactly is a SWIFT code, and why does it even exist? Imagine a world without a standardized system for banks to identify each other internationally. Sending money across borders would be chaotic, prone to errors, and incredibly slow. This is where SWIFT comes in. SWIFT stands for the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. It's a global network that allows financial institutions to securely communicate information about financial transactions. Think of it like a highly secure and efficient postal service specifically for banks. A SWIFT code, also sometimes referred to as a BIC, Bank Identifier Code, is essentially an international ID for a specific bank or branch. It's typically an 8 or 11-character alphanumeric code that provides key information. The first 4 characters represent the bank code. This is a unique identifier for the financial institution itself. The next 2 characters indicate the country code where the bank is located. The following 2 characters specify the location code, identifying a particular city or region where the bank's headquarters or a specific branch is situated. The optional last 3 characters, these are used to identify a specific branch of the bank. If these characters aren't provided or the code ends after 8 characters, it usually refers to the bank's head office. So, when someone asks for your bank's SWIFT code for an international transfer, they're essentially asking for the digital address that will guide the money to the correct financial institution in the correct country. Now that we have a general understanding of SWIFT codes, let's bring it back to Monzo. As a digital-first bank, Monzo operates a little differently than traditional brick-and-mortar institutions. They don't have a vast network of physical branches, which might lead some to wonder how their SWIFT code works. The crucial thing to understand is that Monzo does have a SWIFT code. Even though they operate primarily online, they still participate in the international financial network to facilitate cross-border payments. So, what is the Monzo SWIFT code? The SWIFT/BIC code for Monzo Bank is MONZ2L. Let's break this down based on what we learned earlier. MONZ, this is the unique bank code for Monzo Bank. GB, this indicates that Monzo Bank is located in Great Britain, the United Kingdom. 2L, this is the location code. In this case, it typically refers to London, where Monzo's headquarters are located. Because Monzo doesn't have numerous international branches in the traditional sense, you'll generally use this standard 8-character SWIFT code, MONZ2L, for all international transfers to your Monzo account. You usually won't need to specify a branch code. Now that you know the Monzo SWIFT code, the next logical question is, how do you actually find your specific Monzo account details to receive an international payment? While the SWIFT code identifies Monzo as a bank, the sender will also need your individual account number and potentially other information to ensure the money lands in your account. Here's how you can typically find the necessary information within the Monzo app. Open the Monzo app. This is your central hub for everything Monzo. Navigate to your account. Tap on your current account. Look for account details or similar. The exact wording might vary slightly depending on app updates, but you're looking for a section that provides your sort code and account number. Sometimes, this information might be hidden under a Manage or Settings option related to your account. Find international payments information. Within the account details or related section, you should find information specifically for receiving international payments. This is where you'll typically see the Monzo SWIFT code, MONZ2L, clearly displayed. It might also provide instructions on what other information the sender will need, such as your full name as it appears on your account and your full address. Important considerations for international transfers to Monzo. Always double-check. Before sharing your details with anyone, always double-check that the SWIFT code and your account number are correct within your Monzo app. Even a small error can lead to delays or the payment going to the wrong account. Inform the sender. Make sure the person sending you money has your full name as it appears on your Monzo account and your complete address. This information is often required for international transfers. Be aware of fees and exchange rates. Both the sending bank and any intermediary banks involved in the transfer might charge fees. Monzo itself might also have its own fees or use a specific exchange rate for converting the currency. It's a good idea to understand these potential costs beforehand. Monzo is generally transparent about their fees, so check their help section or in-app information. Transfer time. International transfers can take longer than domestic transfers. The exact time frame will depend on the currencies involved, the banks involved, and the correspondent banking network. Correspondent banks. Sometimes, for international transfers, banks use intermediary banks, correspondent banks, to facilitate the transaction. Monzo may provide information about any relevant correspondent banks if needed for a specific currency or transfer. Why might you need the Monzo SWIFT code? There are several common scenarios where you'll need to provide your Monzo SWIFT code. Receiving international payments. This is the most frequent reason. If someone overseas wants to send money directly to your Monzo account, they will likely need the SWIFT code. Setting up international direct debits or standing orders. While less common, some international services might require your bank's SWIFT code to set up recurring payments. Verifying your bank details internationally. In certain situations, such as when dealing with international businesses or financial institutions, they might ask for your bank's SWIFT code as part of their verification process. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.